Happy Saturday, you guys. Good morning. We got like 2 minutes left for this morning. And
2 minutes left for this morning?
yeah, before we turn into afternoon. Oh. Good morning. So technically I can still say good morning to you guys. Okay, I wanted to come on here today because I wanted to share with you a message. I felt called to share with you a message that I think would be very powerful. And I really hope you gain value in this. At least that is my intention for coming on here today. So, for anybody who is in the UTC, the Underground Training Club, if you've already done today's workout, God damn it, Paige.
Wow, Paige.
God damn it, Paige.
Is it here? Only us that took us over an hour?
That workout was long.
We got done with one round and I was like, well, shit.
It was like a half marathon kind of long. Anyways, not just that. I want to share with you a quick backstory to this. So my mom's currently in town, which means that I have an extra privilege. Now, here's the thing about privileges. With every privilege comes a responsibility. If you want to keep that privilege and enhance it, should you deny that privilege and not nurture it and not take care of it, that too will leave you. Like health. Greatest gift, one of the greatest gifts we've ever been given.
A wonderful privilege.
Health and a mind that can think for itself. And guess what? When you're given a privilege, if you don't do something with that privilege, it becomes a liability. See what I'm saying? So...
and feels like an obligation.
So now here's the deal. My mom's in town for 2.5 weeks. What a privilege. Okay? Now with every privilege, if you want to nurture it, comes a responsibility. So that means that I have an extra responsibility on my plate. On top of all of my other responsibilities, God damn it. And you know what? My bandwidth got spread too thin this week. Over the last 2 weeks, and it just like, I broke it. I broke it last night. I was so freaking tired that when my alarm went off this morning, I simply couldn't. I just couldn't. So instead of waking up at 4:50, we got up at 6:45, which to me is really freaking late, you guys.
I planned on sleeping until at least 6.
I didn't, because I knew how much shit needed to get done today. So I woke up feeling super guilty this morning because I'm like, dude, you're 2 hours fucking behind. Does anybody ever feel this way? Like I'm running out of time. Okay, I'm running out of time. Now, I always live my life with a sense of urgency, but today I'm like, shit, dude, you got all of this shit going on and blah, blah, blah. And anyways, I caught myself retreating. You guys, this is a powerful message because this is why I tell you guys, if I can, so can you. Because I fucking believe in you guys. Listen to me. I retreated this morning. I was like, you know what? One of my responsibilities, I was like, I'm not going to do it. Because I thought that there was no consequence. But here's the thing, you guys. There is always a fucking consequence.
Good or bad.
Someone out there is listening to the voice inside your head, whether you like it or not. And guess what? I got disciplined during my workout today. Because we did our morning routine stuff, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to get this workout done as fast as I could. Couldn't today. Hella long workout. So I was fucking pissed. It was 10 rounds of like a bunch of shit, partner workout. And I'm, in my own head, just being a Debbie Downer, And it was around, round 3. Round 3, I got really pissed. So during the workout also, God spoke to me numerous times, and I didn't listen. I was being stubborn. You guys, you have to keep listening to this. First, when it started, we're gonna row outside. Started raining on us. I'll work out outside, but I don't want the rower to get, stained and, rusty and stuff. So I was like, all right, compromise space. Extra challenge, because I really like my space. And we've had to do a bunch of stuff, and it was a partner workout. Deal with it, bitch, is what I told myself. So I was like, you know what? We got Turkish get-ups. I was like, I'm going to go to the mat outside, because that is the least slippery mat that we got. And guess what? Sign number 2. I almost slipped. So then I went inside.
Plus, it's hot as hell that night.
So then I went inside, and I was like, damn it. I'm in a limited space. How the frick am I going to do it? So I did it, and I was pissed about it. I was pissed about it because I'm like, because of my limited space, it's taking me longer. And I'm limited with time. So come round 3, I'm like, God is here and God is listening. I need to talk to him. And I was being a little bitch. So I was complaining. To him. And I'm like, God, what are you trying to teach me today? You know what he told me? Pressure is a privilege, bitch. You want to get better? Here you go. You have an opportunity. Do everything that you can with your limited time today to get shit done, because you got to be a good daughter, you got to be a good wife, and you got to be a good leader. So are you going to step up to the plate, or are you going to retreat, bitch? And I was like, whoa, this shit is crazy. So then I told him, stop complaining.
You told him to stop complaining?
Well, he told me through my own screaming. By the way, if you're listening to this and you're like, this girl is crazy, you already know I'm crazy. It's all good. But hey, it takes a crazy person to change the world. It takes crazy people to change the world. And we're crazy. We're relentless. And I told myself, stop complaining. So I was like 70% released. And then Erin got on my back. We had to carry one another today. That was cool. And as she was slipping off me, I was like, ugh. I'm like, it's 70% out. So she's like, what are you going to do with that 30%? And I'm like, God is speaking to me through Erin now.
You were like, I have to scream some more. And I was like,
that's right. And I said, I'm going to have to scream some more. And she's like, well, how can you do that even better, right?
I said, how can you release the 30% without screaming?
How can you release the 30% without screaming? And I'm like, man.
From the person, from the person who literally had zero control of her temper, even like 6 months ago. 12 months ago.
And I'm like, this is good. This is good, because today I have an amazing opportunity that is coming to me as an adversity. And I can either choose to rise above it and get better, or I can retreat and be a fucking bitch and tell myself, I'm not going to do my workout. I'm going to, take some things off of my plate, give myself a little bit of slack. Guess what? You give yourself a little bit of slack now, you give yourself a bigger slap in the face later. Which one do you want? Some slack or some slap? Okay, anyways, so I was like, this is good. I'm like, today is go time, grow time. So I was like, all right. For the next, 2 rounds, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, clearly I can do a better job. Commitment number 1, keep showing up. Commitment number 2, no screaming allowed. All right. So I was like, what am I going to do? What I always do. When I face challenges, I use that as an opportunity to teach others to get better. Because my struggles are very similar to you. And that's why you guys say you guys are so real. Because when I face a struggle, I'm not scared to talk about it. I'm not scared to come on to you guys and like seem like a crazy person. Guess what? Because this shit is real. And we all are here to get better. And greatness was not meant to be convenient. And everybody in this world wants to be great, but a few people who get the opportunity to become great are actually continuing to persevere through it. Even if it's annoying, even if it's inconvenient, even if they're feeling pressure. So I was like, you know what? Finish this workout. And then you're going to have a beautiful sermon Saturday. And you're going to preach from your own struggles. This is what this is all about, you guys. I hope that you found a lot of value in it. And, you know, I wanted to come on here today because, you know, this whole thing called time management. If you've done any of our programs, you know that when I hear somebody tell me I don't have enough time, I will tell you it's because you haven't built the systems to create enough time in your day for what matters. Okay? Now, I also believe that the higher you want to go, the more challenging this will become. And, you know, one of the most common things that we hear, I don't care how much of a beginner you are, how advanced you are, is if you're serious about your goals and you haven't taken it to the next level, one of the things that you're going to tell me is because, Sarit, I didn't have enough time. So today I had to step up with my leadership and make shit work regardless of how little time I got. And I really hope that you do the same today, regardless of what you've got going on. Because, dude, pressure is a privilege. And when you face pressure, guess what? You can either get off the vehicle that is putting pressure on you, or you can rise to the occasion and turn yourself into a more unbreakable diamond. Which one do you want? I know which one I want. I want to be better. So guess what? I lean into that pressure. Do not expect for it to be easy. Do not expect for it to be convenient. This is why achieving anything in life that you want is hard. It's not because macros are hard. It's not because you don't know that chicken and broccoli would be better for you than eating pizza. It's about the ability to withstand pressure and continue to lean into it when you feel the pressure. You guys, we're no different from you guys. And we want to help you. And we know we can help you. Why? Because we're not scared to share the truth. We're not scared to show our true colors. Even if that means that I show up. And man, my pants. It is so hot in that gym. Literally, like my pants. You would think that I literally just got out of the pool. I had every reason to complain in that workout. Every reason. The floor was slippery. It was hot. I had limited time. And it was like a half marathon long workout. There were new movements. All of that. So guess what? The next time you're faced with a challenge and you find yourself wanting to retreat like I did earlier this morning, ask yourself this question. Are you going to rise to the occasion, or are you going to fall behind? Rising to the occasion, guess what? It's going to be a bit of a challenge for a couple of hours. Falling behind is going to be a big challenge for the rest of your life. Choose one. Do you want immediate, short-lived pain, or do you want some slack in the moment and long-term pain? Your choice. Either way, it's going to be painful. It's just a matter of what pain are you going to choose to tolerate. I don't know about you guys, but I choose to go up. Who do we have in the house today? Yeah. Can I have a sip?
Can't really see myself. Hopefully you can see me. Pretty good at holding the phone in the right place. It's like a muscle memory. I just finished a book today.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I just finished a book today. It's by Ed Milet, and it's called The Power of One More. And the book is phenomenal. As I was reading the beginning of it, it speaks so hard to my soul, and it's amazing. And something really pretty big happened in the middle of me reading that book. And the book took on a whole new meaning for me. And the purpose of what I want to say relates to the concept of time. And that it's very cliche to say you're not guaranteed tomorrow, but a week ago I lost a good friend of mine. The first young person that was close to me that is not here anymore. And so Ed Milet, I know him very well for always saying things don't happen to you, they happen for you. Mm-hmm. As long as you're willing to look for what's good in it. And the loss of a loved one is 100% of the time difficult for everyone. Otherwise, it wouldn't be called a loved one. So I'm reading this book, and the whole premise of the book, it's called The Power of One More, is all of the lessons that his dad, who is his best friend, taught him, who was an alcoholic and recovered from it. And he always would say, like, you know, I'm just going to go one more day without drinking. Just one more day, just one more day. And it turned into the rest of his life. But every day it was just one more day. And we tell you guys all the time, today's day one. Because every single day you have an opportunity to start a new life today.
Yep.
Today's brand new. And, you know, last Friday, my friend, I made a post about it. My friend, Mara, who's like the sweetest soul.
Super healthy, super fit.
Very healthy, very fit. 31 years old, 3 young kids, 10 and under. Is gone. And I wish that I got to have one more hug. Time can never be an excuse for things that matter.
Oh, come on.
And if you don't have time, it's because it doesn't matter. And you can argue with me, but I'll stand so strong in that. You make time for what matters. If I knew she was going to die, I would have been in Oregon. I would have been in Oregon ASAP. If I knew I got to have one more hug, if I knew I got the chance to say goodbye, doesn't matter what's going on in my life. Guess what? Funeral is in a week. Celebration of life. The celebration of life is in a week. And it is the most inconvenient travel. But you do inconvenient things for the things that matter the most to you.
That's true.
That's just a fact. You do inconvenient things and you're happy to do them when it matters. So if you matter to you, you will do inconvenient things. You will make the time. Time is never an excuse for something that matters. You make time for your kids no matter what happens. Kid breaks an arm, you cancel everything to take them to the hospital. Why? You don't have time. Why would you do that? You don't have time. You make the time because it matters. So I've had this whole new just understanding of what matters to me. I was forced to reconsider what matters to me. Does it matter I write that like last email, or does it matter more that I spend time with somebody that I love. I don't know. Each moment is different. And I think all situations are relative. And you just get to be the decision maker. But you just always have to ask yourself, what is the most important?
And you have to take ownership.
And it's okay if something is not as important as something else. Just don't lie to yourself about it. Because nobody likes liars. You don't like liars, so don't be one.
Come on.
You know? Time is so precious. And it's like every second. Have you felt my love more over the last week?
Well, I always feel your love, so.
I know that I've taken more moments to just have your attention and your presence for a few seconds here and there. And I've intentionally just taken more moments to do that because I know that it's just, what if it's the last one I get? What if it's the last hug I have? What if it's the last kiss I get to have? None of it's guaranteed. So consider what matters to you. Time should never be an excuse.
It should never be an excuse. Now, here's the thing. Time also is limited. So make it a point. If you always keep telling yourself, man, I really want to do all these things, but I'm running out of time, find somebody who can help you build systems. Because in life, you are only as effective as the systems that you create. And I truly believe that when most people say, I don't have time to work out, it's because you have some kind of a leadership break that you're not even aware of, that you need to get coached on so that you can identify the blind spot and work on it so that you can create time for what matters. That's just the reality of it. I don't know if anybody on the team is here, but you know, like I want to express so much gratitude for our teammates. Why? Because here's why we're building a team, you guys. Because time is limited and Erin and I can only do so much in a day, right? And if you want to change the world, if you want to, you know, like impact millions of lives, guess what? It doesn't take one person. It takes an army to move a mountain. So, you know, we need to have highly aligned, highly inspired, highly courageous people who are willing to go the extra mile and, you know, like continue to move the ripple that we're trying to create, because Lord knows we need this now more than ever. Because wherever you go in society, they're telling you, like, don't do anything and gain all the things that you want. Like, the lie has become just like so bold and big, and I'm like, wow, like this is crazy. And if it's up to anybody to step up to the plate, it's up to us. So we're gonna do it. However, you know, like there are moments in life where you find yourself like spreading thin with regards to your bandwidth. And it's easy to want to retreat. Like this morning when we were walking the dogs, I literally told Erin something different than how I've acted, because like that's my default way of thinking. We all have our default way of thinking, and you know, that is why you need to continuously train yourself through the fundamentals so that, you know, whenever something happens and you go back to your default way of thinking, you're able to pivot around that. We're literally no different. So I don't know if you have anything else to add, but that's all I had for today.
Yeah, I just, you know, of course, we want you guys to reach your goals, your weight loss goals, your health goals, and all of that. We just understand that it goes so far beyond weight loss, and the only way to really lose weight and get in great shape and feel great about yourself is to do it from the inside, not the outside. So, you know, time, you know, all these concepts we talk about, all these things we read about, we learn about, we are mentored about, we want to spread because it is changing our lives. If it changes our lives for the better, then it's going to change others. and we have an obligation to share the things that we learn and put into practice that have transformed our lives. And like I told Sarit the other day, I'm genuinely happy without being like, you know, like you could take all the stuff away from me. You could take all the stuff away from me, and I know how to find peace inside myself. And that is the wealthiest. Careful. That is like the wealthiest you could ever get. Mentally wealthy, where you have control over you regardless of the circumstances. Now, we're all a work in progress, and none of us are perfect, and we don't, you know, we've always have our moments and we have things to work on, but same is true for us, that we tell you progress, not perfection. And I told that to Sarit. I was literally on her back. She was carrying me, and I was like, how are you gonna release the other 30% without screaming? And she said, I don't know about that yet. And I said, that's okay. Progress, not perfection. Right? Like, now you have something to think about. That's progress. So, you know, we just want to be able to give you guys mental and emotional and physical freedom, because in our opinion and in our experience, that is the richest you can be. And yeah, I feel like I want to read some of your comments, because you guys are here and engaged. I need to go into the shade. I see Chili's here. Are you on your page or the ENS page?
The ENS page.
Roberta, Jennifer Brumley, Daisy. Can't really see your guys' comments because of the sun, guys, but we appreciate you for trusting us, for showing up for yourself. There's gonna be hard days. It's okay. It's part of life, but that doesn't mean you're defective. Okay? If your life doesn't turn out the way you want it to be, it's user error. Okay? User error. It's nobody else's fault. But, you know, we just focus on being better one day at a time. And make sure that you let the people that are close to you know that you care about them. Because you never know when the last one more is going to be.
Love it. All right. Well, hey, hope you found value in this. Go be great this Saturday. And the next time you catch yourself complaining, do what I did. Ask yourself, God, what are you trying to teach me here? Okay? Be great. And have a great weekend.